I always start off with the camera nice and still, and that lasts about 3 minutes. So they got Gavin Mcinnes there live on his show. I learned about him through Anthony Cumia. That's when I first started seeing him. To me, he's a Fed, right? I mean, that whole thing he put together, like the Proud Boys thing, that was a Fed operation. In my opinion, I used to see those guys fighting it out, and I'm like, oh, these are just two Fed agencies fighting in the street against each other. And that was pretty clear to me. So people are saying that when he started that thing, the whole Proud Boys thing, the popular narrative is that it was a real thing, and then he got pushed out by feds, and now feds running it. I think that's bullshit. The whole thing was Fed operated in the first place, and and I think he's one of them. He has to be one of them. I mean, come on. So, and then when you look at the news today, it's on some major news sites, which just makes me think more that it is a Fed operation. What it would be is it could be a couple things. It could be just to scare other people, or it could actually be what I was talking about the other day, where they're closing up these honey traps. We'll see how it goes with his arrest. Like, if they let him go on some kind of technicality, and then they give him probation or something, or maybe he has to house arrest or something like that, and then they get his guys, like the ones that he works with or the ones around him, and they could blame it on like 100 different things. The thing is, like, and I've said it before, like, if they're gonna get you, they can get you. It doesn't matter, like, what you do or how you try to protect yourself in some way. But like I always say, never sign up for any of those things. Never join a group. Never put your email into anything. But even that, I don't think that matters, because they have your history of what you've watched, every comment you made in support of things. So how severe they want to go with that just means how open you are to being scooped up, or gotten some kind of trouble, or a letter in the mail or something, because that's absolutely happening now. I knew that the Trump thing was kind of like the beginning. It was the Leonard Skinner 500. That was like the signal. Like, all right, we're going to start closing up these things. So what might happen is the fact that the show ran for like an hour after he was taken off, that seems so theatrical. I don't know. And no one was there to shut it down, which tells me they scooped up everybody that was there. I think it was only him and another guy. And they do their show like in a kind of nondescript, kind of hidden building somewhere in Brooklyn. I guess in like a bad area, which is, it's Brooklyn. I haven't been through there since the early 90s, but I'm sure it's only gotten worse. Unless, they tried to gentrify some of it, which is possible. I haven't really been keeping up with the situation over there. In which case, they price out the people that lived there before, gentrification works. So, yeah, it's interesting to see where it goes from here. I'll be watching it today. The best place to go are boards, obviously, because you'll get the most information without bias. Well, it depends on what the story is, but at least they'll just present the story, and then people have their own biases they can comment on or whatever, but it'll present the facts, like this happened. So I usually check out boards. I don't look at mainstream me. Well, I haven't done that in ages. But yeah, to me, you know, first impression, it's a theatrical type of thing. They're bringing him in, and what they really want is the people that support him and follow him. You know, a lot of these guys, most of the big ones, I would imagine, or anyone that has any sort of substantial following, is one of their guys. And he's there to scoop up people who would give them a problem in the future. So anyone that would support him would be someone that they feel they should have to worry about. This is what happens. This has happened in history many times before, communist takeovers and things like that. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just a matter of watching and see what happens. But it looks like a whole Fed operation to me, you know. Because I would guarantee you he's one of them. Now, I mean, there's always a possibility that he didn't know he was going to get picked up. Because there are factions inside these operations. They don't all work together. Some have their guys, and from what I understand, you know, from what I've been told, from what I've heard, I don't have any information that's you know, that I'm sure about. These are just things that I've picked up. So sometimes there's even a bit of competition, like I was talking about the families that run the world, the 3 different cults. Yeah, they try to poach resources from each other and try to screw each other over because it's like, of course they do, right? So, I mean, it could be a case of that. We'll be able to figure it out as more information comes out, but yeah, I just thought it was funny. I was just talking about this not 2 days ago, and I wake up to him being taken off his stream. I never watched his stream. I don't know his deal. I have an idea. He's like a Nick Fuentes type of guy, I'd imagine, you know, or any of those guys, any of those right-wing guys. Like, although it's mainly those kind of people that you kind of have to look out for. But there are some people in, like, the schizo community, too, that, like, talk about metaphysical stuff, like the things I do, who are also, you know, not people you want to be seen around or supporting too much either. I mean, you just can't be, you can't be too careful. You have to act like Sherlock Holmes is after you, as far as trying to protect yourself. And it's kind of hard to do. It helps, but ultimately, if they want you, they're just going to get you. They're going to get you. And that's fine. And that's fine. It's just something that's happening here in the 8-bit world. You know, it's not, the worst they can do to you here is meaningless. It really is. It's meaningless in relation to what you are, where you come from, the larger situation. But yeah, real interesting stuff. It's a nice, is it Friday morning here? I think it's Friday. Well, it could be Thursday. Oh my God. So bad with time. I don't trust time either. Time can suck it too. I don't know what's going on with time. Seems to be the case for everything. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.